Does it feel like you're stuck in a fog, but every day the fog gets a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier, and the more you fight, the more tired you get. And so slowly you just kind of stop fighting, and then the days start going by, and it feels like you're barely even participating in your own life. I mean, it's like you're there, but you're definitely not really there. You're at your kid's game, but you're thinking about work. And then when you're at work, you can't actually focus on what matters. Then by the end of the day, you're on the couch scrolling and you start to realize you've really done nothing that matters and that's important. It's not that you don't care, it's that you don't even have the energy to care. Before you know it, you've gained some weight, you've lost touch with friends, and you're just barely getting by at work. The thing about ruts is they're not just holding you still, they're slowly pulling you backwards. Your health starts to slip, your relationships weaken, and your confidence takes a major hit. Then, as you're just barely treading water, reality grabs your ankle and pulls you in deeper. Before that fog, I was the type of guy that always seemed to just catch a break. I don't know if you remember the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry keeps kind of breaking even or getting lucky and balancing out. First, he loses a job and then gets another gig the exact same weekend for the exact same pay. Then he misses the bus but catches a train. And then at one point, after sharing this with Elaine, Elaine takes 20 bucks from him, throws it out the window. Then, as they're getting ready to leave, he puts on his jacket and finds, of course, $20 in his jacket. Again, he just keeps breaking even. For the longest time, that felt like me. The crazy part is I can't even look back and pinpoint one event or one day when everything started to spiral. I just remember being in it, but constantly thinking, this will pass, things will get better, and just waiting and waiting for something to change, but it never did. Then I started promising myself that I would do something different. And since things weren't changing, I was going to do something different. But again, there was just no energy and no effort. The days would come and go, and I would stay in the exact same spot. It starts with little things. You're not going to go out to dinner because you'd rather just stay home. You don't go to that work gathering or family event because you tell yourself you're not feeling so great. And the excuses just start coming so easily and so consistently that at a certain point, those invites just stop coming. And then all of a sudden, you're alone and don't know exactly where to go. That's exactly where I was when I finally decided to tell a friend what was going on. Now, I didn't share many details and I was super vague and kind of just gave them I haven't been feeling great recently. I don't know what the deal is. And his response was so obvious and direct, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. He basically just told me, well, if you don't change something, nothing's going to change. And as many times as I thought those exact same words in my head, I just kind of brushed them off. But when he said it to me, it just clicked and made a big difference. After that, my eyes were a little bit more open. I felt a little bit more awake. And the next big thing that really made a difference was actually just to get moving, physically moving. I had been so stagnant for so long and just felt like I had no energy, so I couldn't do anything. I decided just to push back on that. And even though I still had no energy every single morning, I got out of bed pretty quickly and just started on a walk. Every single morning, I would just get outside and walk for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I kept pushing it out further and further. And the more active I was in the morning, the better I started feeling throughout the day. And now I'm not running and sprinting or doing anything crazy, not training for any marathons or anything, but it was just that simple act of the first thing I did every single day was motion. Just to get my body in movement made such a huge difference. I mean, I think deep down, all of us know kind of what the problem is. And if we're willing to take that harsh look in the mirror and really do some self evaluation, we can figure out exactly what it is in our day to day life that's sabotaging us. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a drug or alcohol or food. There's so many different things for everyone. But deep down, we know what it is. We just try so hard to avoid it. If you can take the time and look in the mirror and really determine what it is and follow up with a few steps to start reducing it and changing it and avoiding it, it's going to make a big difference in your life as hard as it feels right now. So for me, it's been about a month of staying consistent with a few very specific goals between eating right, cutting out some of those bad habits, and also getting moving. And after a month, I can definitely say I feel dramatically better. The increase in energy has been amazing, but I'm still far from out of that hole that I dug. There's a lot more work to do. And if you're a little bit further ahead of me in this process, drop a comment. Let me know what's been working for you. I'd love to hear it. And if you're a little bit behind me, definitely don't give up. Start doing the work. You already know exactly what's going to be waiting for you if you quit now. But if you want to start seeing real change and fast, you definitely got to break those habits after you isolate them and determine exactly what they are. And in this video, I'll show you what I did to determine the habits, break through, and start seeing some change quickly and build that momentum that you can actually start getting out of this rut and climbing back up. I'll see you over there.